you so much. Online, by the way, turn your cameras on. We want to see your smiling faces. We know you can't be here in person, but you're here electronically. So let's start this off every single week like we typically do with a tell me something good. Cindy, what do you got? I think you just opened up, you got a new listing, right?
I did. I got two new listings.
Two new listings.
I brought a buyer and they're gonna put the listing from a flat fee brokerage. They want to bring it over to us to get full service.
There you go. All right, round of applause.
Listing with, I stepped back in time. The guy had not changed it from a model home. He bought it at the model home, literally all the window coverings, all the rooms decorated just as it was. He bought it with all the furniture and everything.
Time capsule.
Time
So you're selling a time capsule. There you go. Awesome. Love it.
Because I started farming with Heather.
Okay. If you want to learn more about farming, reach out to the Heathers over there in Chicago. And then Lori, I think you have a tell me something good.
A couple days ago, over asking by 51K and 7 offers and about 60 people through my open house.
Wow. Round of applause. And Crystal, you just negotiated some crazy requests for repairs.
Yeah, $27,000 request for repair from a FISBO that went low end on all commissions that I didn't think we'd pull together, but got him down to 12,000 and we agreed on both sides. So we're getting ready to close.
Love it. Round of applause. All right, and then Paul, you got something coming up, right?
Today as well.
Listen, fingers and toes, hands crossed for Paul 12. And then Manu, you got some stuff as well.
I have a buyer who just bought in December, but they're looking for their son, so they just signed by a broker with me and went showed one property yesterday.
There you go. Wonderful. And then Haley, is Haley here? Haley's not here, but Haley Bolger just opened up a new escrow today. So that's a win for Haley. Give her a round of applause so she sees supported. And then Gina, you have a new escrow, right?
I think Mike tell me something because I got my first list appointment with Johnny next week.
All right, we're gonna do it. All right. And then Holly, where's Holly? I lost Holly. Okay, forget Holly. And then last but certainly not least, Miss Valerie Jennings. You saved a whale of a deal this week.
Yes, we did.
Share a little bit about that, sure.
On the market for a little over 1.9 for a long time. like
Yeah,
6
the listing was
months.
about to expire.
It did expire 6 months and finally got a deal put together. And then this guy was like ready to blow it up. And Johnny and I were like, no, that's not happening. We worked so hard to get this guy in contract. So
Yeah.
figured it out on the request for repairs and closing on Tuesday.
Closing next week. Love it. All right. So we do have, so a lot of good things are, oh yeah, that's what Holly is.
Yeah.
That's why she was double underlined. Clark, what do you got?
Well, I wanted to do the new agent with the Holly Rod from El Dorado Hill.
Hi, Holly.
And then we just started an agent this morning, Alan Dominguez from Fortuna area.
Wow.
And then Tatiana Patrick from Pleasant Hill. And then the listing I mentioned last week goes live on Saturday. And it's a 4-and-3, 1,940 square feet, 2 master bedroom suite. So kind of set up for like a group home even.
Yeah.
And in Citrus Heights, 520,000.
520. That's a deal. All right. Everybody, Holly, would you mind just stand up so everybody can say hi? Say hi. All right, everybody say hi to Holly. If you guys see her and she needs help with a printer, she needs help with anything, we are here to support her, are we not?
Yes.
All right, Holly, so we're here to help you, okay? All right. And then we do have some upcoming events today. Oh, thank you, Jose. Today, we have over 700 people registered for this. It's gonna,
That's just insane, the amount of people that's for us to bring.
Hey, you have a good time, people want to show up, okay? And so show up early. It starts at 8 o'clock. There will be a lot of fun. Cigar roller will be there for those of you who care, but he will be off in the corner if you do. So if you don't want to smell it. So 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are actually 8 till later. We're doing this. If you want to meet some great people, have a good time, let your hair down and just network for a good cause. Go ahead. That's tonight at the Mix, 8 to 10. And then coming up fast. Hard to believe that August is over, right? So when I saw this, I was like, September 3rd, we have time. That's a ways out. That's coming Tuesday. Okay, so if you want to attend this, if you want to get your ethics credits with the with CAR, go ahead and register. It's free, and it's gonna be happening here this Tuesday at 10 o'clock. This Tuesday at 10 o'clock, and you're also gonna learn some incredible ways to make money, including the 7% listing technique. Who would like to, or we should probably update it, 4% listing technique. Who would like to make 4% on their listings, right? Yep, Adrian would. So that's happening this Tuesday. So today's the mix. Tuesday is Beef Wellington and Career Compass. And then the one that you absolutely, if you guys miss those two, we don't want you to, but the ones you should absolutely not miss, if you have to carve out time, just carve out 2 hours, Thursday, September 19th. We're flying Tina Collin from the East Coast. She's going to be speaking about how to be the CEO of your business. A lot of us run maybe practices, right, where it's just us in our business. How do you grow to where you're the CEO? How do you grow to where you are now creating a business, maybe a sellable asset that you can leverage down the road? So she's speaking 10 to 12 at PCAR. And then, of course, like we do after every PCAR event, come back here and we'll have lunch. There'll be lunch here, catered for everybody that shows up. And Tina will be present as well if you'd like to meet her in person, take some pictures, and just ask her some more personal questions that maybe you don't want to ask in front of 200 people. So that is happening Thursday, September 19th. Any questions on these events? No? All right. So next up is our in-house lender with JJ Mack. JJ, where you at? All right, man. Clap him to the front, everybody.
All right. Hey, guys. Good morning. How's it going? You guys doing good? Feeling good? Awesome.
Ought to be in Hollywood.
What?
Looking good, feeling good. Ought to be in Hollywood.
Ought to be in Hollywood. All right. Never heard that one. All right. So I'm glad to be here today. And as you guys know, as I've been talking about the last couple of weeks that we've been here, rates have continued to go down. We're happy about that. We're seeing some good improvements, and people are now starting to, I don't know if you're getting more phone calls. You're feeling people asking questions. Hey, I've heard things are coming down. I'm seeing things on the news. I'm seeing rates are coming down. What does that mean for me? So one of the big things I wanted to just make sure you guys were all doing was, if you have those pre-approved bios out there, make sure you're calling them and making sure they know that rates have come down, and maybe they can qualify for higher, or maybe they feel a little bit more comfortable going out and looking at homes today. So just get out there, start calling those pre-approved buyers that might have been on the fence just a month or 2 or 6 ago, and see what you can do. With that being said, we do continue to potentially see rates coming down within the next few weeks. There are some jobs numbers coming out, and I would imagine we're going to see some good things happening there. You never know with jobs numbers, like the 818,000 jobs that reported from this last over year to date, that ended up being way more than what they actually were. So we don't know what's actually going to happen, but more than likely we're going to see continual improvement. With that being said, one of the things I wanted to talk about, and then I'll get more into it, but refinances right now. What are the reasons a client will refinance? There's really two, right? Either to get cash out or to lower their rate and lower their payment. Now, whenever somebody does a refinance on a home, that's going to be the most recent transaction someone has done, right? So if I do a refinance for a client, that person is going to be working with me versus working with their last real estate agent. So I'm going to be the most recent person talking to them about real estate, talking to them about mortgages and rates, and I'm going to be benefiting them because I'm doing this for them. So I'm on the top of their mind. So what's happening right now more than anything else, more than any other time that we've ever been, your clients are getting called by other loan officers today. And a lot of those loan officers are trying to make them long-term clients. So if we're not careful enough, those loan officers are going to bring them on and have them be those long-term clients. So that way in the future, when they want to go buy a home, who are they going to reach out to? Their loan officer that they just closed a loan with, right? And so we need to be really good and be really determined about making sure we're contacting our clients every single month, every single day, and confirming that they are happy with what they have, especially right now in this market. It's so important. So that brings me to talk a little bit about what your lender is doing for you. What your lender is doing for you is, what do you want out of a lender? What is it that you want? I know we talked a little bit about value and what is important to you as a value, but in all reality, one of the things I think we can all agree on is you want your lender to follow up with your leads that you give them, right? Yep. So that's one of the most important things, I think. And so when we go through this this process, if your lender isn't doing that, you're losing deals. It's just like if you wake up in the morning time and you go into your bathroom and you grab your toothbrush and you stick it in your mouth and there's no toothpaste on your toothbrush. Are you doing anything? You're not doing much. So what you need to do is you need to put the toothpaste on there, brush your teeth with it, because that's actually going to clean your teeth. We need to do the whole thing. We need to put toothpaste on. We need to, when you give that lead to a lender, you need to make sure that they are getting called. And you need to use that lender as a partner, because we're partnering up on this. And one of the things that we've done is we've hired people to come and make sure that they are being followed up on. And so we don't want you to have any worries. If you give us a lead, we're going to follow up with them. So I brought Kyle here today. He's one of our callers. Kyle, you want to stand up and say hi to everybody? This is Kyle. Say hi to Kyle.
Hi, I'm just the lead follow-up guy, huh?
He
No,
is.
just kidding.
Yes, yeah. So we pay Kyle to follow up with leads every single day. So in his calendar today, if you were to look at it, I looked at it this morning before we came here, just in case you all went up to him after and asked. But on every single 15-minute slot, there's another person that he's following up with. And so it's constant throughout the whole day. You're doing that. We actually had to give some of his meetings to Allison before we left today because he had meetings scheduled throughout this. But I thought it was important to have him here so you guys can know who's following up with your leads. This is one of our guys. So this is just one thing that we do for you. I wanted you to be sure that if you did have a lead that you sent over, there was no stone left unturned. And I wanted to give you some statistics on that. You can sit down, Kyle. Did you know that it takes between 6 to 12 follow-ups before converting, and depending on the client, and so that's between 6 to 24 months to turn into a transaction. And most realtors and lenders give up after 1 or 2 attempts. So without even calling a third time, we're giving up. It's so important. And I'm going to give you a few examples of that in just a second. So what we do, the 2 things that we were really good at, before pre-approval and after pre-approval. Those are both instances where you're going to have clients forget about it. Or I'm good for now. Rates are too high. I don't want to purchase. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till the election's over. Well, why don't we just keep in contact with you? Every couple of weeks, we're going to follow up. Before they're pre-approved, hey, we need to get an application. We need to get your docs in. We're going to continue to follow up with that. And then after you're pre-approved, because, hey, I'm pre-approved now, I'm good. But I can't tell you how many times we've called a client after they're pre-approved and they went and got pre-approved with somebody else within that amount of time. But because we've called every 2 weeks, we've been able to suspend that and now get them back to working with us. So I'm going to give you one example. I know you're all super excited to hear Brent, so I'll get off the stage. But one example that I have for you today, we had a client, it's with an agent here actually. And this client has been working with us, it's with Haley. This client has been working with us now for probably about 26, 27 months. And we just continue to follow up every month, calling, how are things going? You're still pre-approved. Do you have any questions? Do you want to talk about rates? We're just trying to add a value to that client. Finally, after so many attempts, this person has, and let me mind you, this person has gone out and had their credit pulled 2 other times with other lending partners. And they've talked with other real estate agents as well. And we've been able to pull them back every single time. With that being said, now they're finally putting offers on homes. They're finally ready. They feel like the rates have come down enough and they're working with us and Haley showing them homes. So it's so important after 26 months of not doing a thing, now they're back engaged. Without that follow-up, without that consistency every single month, we would not have had that deal today. So it's so important. Trust your lender and make sure they're doing those things that you want them to do. And we'd be happy to sit down with you, go and show you our whole CRM system that we have through Salesforce, show you our follow-ups, show you the emails that are going out, and have you sit behind us and listen to those phone calls if you'd like. But with that being said, we have a couple things for you guys, and we wanted to just make sure you knew about them. Because we appreciate you all, and we're so happy to be here. Jake, what do we got? So we've ordered some swag for you all, and if you want anything, we've got hats, we've got cups. What else do we got back there?
Hats, cups, fanny packs. We got a bunch of stuff, all different colors. Brought up a couple here today. There's more back there. And these what, 40-ounce tumblers. So we have a bunch of stuff in the back. Please come back and say hi.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you, love to get to know you all a little bit better and take some stuff with you.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. So we appreciate you letting us be here as always, and thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Next up is the reason why we are all here, the reason why we have this beautiful space. The man that needs no introduction. Everybody, please put your hands together and welcome to the front of the room, Mr. Brent Gove.
I wasn't being antisocial. I am like total head cold. I like, do I go? Do I not go? I go, I'm going. I'm going. I gotta be here. I'm never here that much. And so I gotta go. So I'm drinking coffee instead of NyQuil. I'm getting all sucking it up. Everyone feels sorry for me. I got off a cruise ship Sunday. And then I traveled all day. I got in at 1 a.m. here. We're used to Texas time out there in the Gulf of Mexico. So it was like 3 in the morning. And I think I caught a cold or something. So I'm all, but I feel better than I sound. Is that cool? So let's hear for Brent. That is awesome. Yeah. All right. So couple things. I titled my talk today, Breakthrough. Anybody want to break through? Commercial real estate, luxury real estate, residential real estate, loans, title, home inspectors. By the way, everyone, that is, oh crud. Oh no, it's not Tim. It's Eric. It's Eric. I got it right. Everyone look at Eric, wave at Eric. He is our local home inspection from BG, BPG. I like the BG part. BTG. So BPG home inspectors. I hope you use them and they're there if you have questions about a current home inspector you're going through right there. Of course, we have our awesome mortgage people in the room, title, all kinds of support. But man, I'm ready to go. But breakthrough, we all need a breakthrough. Everyone agree? And so I made some notes of what I thought it needs to happen for you to have a breakthrough in this market and take your business to where you want it to go. Does that sound good, everyone? So it starts with this. Ready? Write this down. Please, everyone take notes. Open your iPhone and get your note-taking pad. If you just jot down what you hear, 60% more retention. If you share it with someone at lunch, it goes to 70 to 80% retention. If you start training it, it just is yours. I mean, teach what you learn. Get together in small groups, teach it to other people, and it kind of gets ingrained into you as a person. So number one, I think everyone would agree with this. To do something great in your life, it takes some vision. So number one is vision. You think, well, that's pretty corny. Well, let me ask you a question. If I had you come up in front of this room right now and say, give me your vision for the next 5 years. What does your life look like in the next 5 years? Lay it out. What does your family look like? What does your finances look like? What does your real estate business look like? Are you selling 10 homes a year? Are you selling 30? Are you selling 60? Are you selling 600? Are you selling 6,000? Are you doing luxury real estate? Are you doing property management? Are you doing title, mortgage? Are you doing, 70 investment flips a year? Like, what is I asked my daughter, I went to Auburn this morning at Awful Annie's, and I said, what does your life look like in the next 5 to 10 years? And she told me. It was we had a really great discussion about her future and what she wants to do. Pray for me. No, I'm kidding. But it was good. She wants to rehabilitate animals. That's so sweet. You're 23. And then when you're my age, you shoot them. But anyway, so if I wing one, I'll bring it to her. And she can nurse it back to house, let him go. I'm like, okay. I don't shoot animals. Okay. I shot a brim can once. I'm not a hunter. So calm down. No hate mail. This is on Zoom, all you YouTubers. Now, just kidding. Love you guys. But vision. What is your vision for your life? Sit down and take some time and go, what if you don't plan out your life, someone will hire you, give you a job and plan it out for you. They're going to tell you when you can work, when you can leave. Now I have about a chunk of employees that work for me. The good thing about me is I want to pay them better and I don't think I've ever said no. You can't have a day off, but trust me, most jobs are not always that way. They're like, no, I know it's your parents' 50th wedding anniversary, but you're out of vacation time. No, I want to do this cruise. No, you can't get the time off. So the beautiful thing is if you will come up with a vision and a goal and a dream for your life and get it crystal clear, you have a much better chance at getting there, right? I think Zig Ziglar says this in life, you're a wandering generality or a meaningful specific. And if I were to walk up to each one of you right now and have you go through and give me exactly what you're going to do today to have a successful day, and that'll lead to, and then what you do tomorrow, and what you do Saturday and Sunday to have a successful week, and then you string this to get a successful month, all of a sudden 6 months, actually, I think any of you, no matter what your business is, title, loans, property management, in 3 months, your life could be firing on all 12 cylinders. Forget 8. It didn't take 3 years. It takes 3 months. It takes 3 months of head down, butt up, in the trenches, doing the work, and you'll have momentum. I'm write down that word momentum. Tony Robbins says the key to success in business is developing and maintaining momentum. Momentum comes through this. Write this down. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's not comfortable to do open houses Saturday and Sunday from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. Stand up if you do open houses from 9 in the morning till 9 at night. I did. And then I ended up teaching that. And stand up if you put out 30 signs at every open house you do for an hour. Rob, one guy in the back, he is a slave to his wife, Cindy. There's Cindy. That's right. CCO's it.
But I did it myself.
Do you actually call him a minion or something? You know, he's like here, like despicable me. He's looking at him smiling, but he puts those signs up for her. And so that's a good thing. When my wife was doing real estate and she was being trained by David Mack, which is JJ Mack's father, 30 years ago. And we go way back with the Macks, and he taught my wife. She would do open houses as a loan officer, and she would give me clients, and I didn't have to sleep with her to get them. No, excuse me, I don't know why I said that. I'm trying to be funny. It's my wife. Anyways, but she would give me clients. Okay, I did sleep with her. We have 5 kids. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of the elephant in the room. Okay, but we were married. All right. Anyways, I have a cold. Ignore everything you're hearing. Now we're gonna edit this YouTube video. But anyways,
Good
those who are meeting me for the first time, I'm sorry. Now, more coffee. They know me. Coffee break. Hold on. Okay, so I would hire Eli. Eli was an 18-year-old football player, and he was her bodyguard at the open house. I did not want my wife, and a vacant open house alone. I just didn't want that. And so Eli would guard her. If she wants coffee, go get it. If she wants a glass of water, a cup of water, go get it. But your job is to be invisible, but to watch everything. And your job is to put out 30 signs for an hour. I don't want her doing that and getting run over. If Eli gets run over, he'll bounce back. He's 18. They bounce off fenders. They're fine. But by the way, when you do put your signs out, be careful. But same thing. I would literally spend an hour from 9 to 10 in the rain in the winter, where the rain's going sideways, and have to change my clothes. I was comfortable being uncomfortable. It wasn't comfortable to go in 40-mile-an-hour winds and bungee cord open house signs. What most of the normal agents did was like, oh, I can't do an open house today. That not only is it raining, no one will probably come. 80% of the chokehold of your business is your personal psychology. Nobody's going to come. I'm going to show property to them for 6 months a year, and they're going to buy new construction. I probably won't even get paid. 80% of the chokehold of your business is your personal psychology. I've door knocked 50 homes a day for 3 weeks. I've got nothing. I might as well quit. 80% of the chokehold of your business is your personal psychology. It's like, no, I'm going to make it. Just one more call, just one more contact, which is Ed Milet. He's the most famous speaker in North America now. He's coming to Cabo to speak to all of you. I secured him. But here's the deal, which is one more. Chris, I forget his name, but famous guy that made a movie about him. Will Smith played him. Who's going to play you? The reason they played him is because he was a man on fire. He was desperate. Call. He's doing the success is a math problem. The reason you have not is you don't swing the bat enough. If you play ping pong once a month, you'll be okay. Play golf once a month, you'll be okay. You play golf every day. You play ping pong, you play the guitar every day. You're going to be great at the guitar work. And you have a coach and a mentor, be coachable. You're going to be great. There's no like, I wonder how they did it. They did it because they had a coach, they had a mentor, and they sucked it up. They got a ticket on the struggle bus. And you go around enough, pretty soon you reach out, you grab the golden ring right there. And then you have street credibility. I mean, I've done everything I'm talking about. I've had open houses where nobody came. So did I. He's saying, I door knocked on doors and they were mean to me. I've had people mean to me. So did I. You know, pretty soon you're feeling sorry for yourself, that you're feeling sorry for yourself because you're feeling sorry for yourself. And it's a sucking whirlpool. What you focus on expands. Focus on what's great in your life. Focus on the weather. Thank God it's raining. I'm so tired of 114 degrees. I like fall, I like winter. Just, you know, you get mud splashed all over you while you're putting a sign out. I love this. You can go, this sucks and my day's horrible, but just kid around. I play golf with Gene Frederick. He hits the ball in a sand trap. Anything with the word trap means you're not supposed to be there. And he always says, oh, thank God I'm in the sand. I love being in the sand. He says that every single time. And me, I hit a sand. I'm like, oh. It's like I hear Jaws. No. I lost a round in a sand trap on number 10 in Las Vegas. James Stroop showed up. It took me 7 swings to get out. 1 in, 2 in, 3 in, 4. I lost it just in one sand trap. I need some help. Anyways, but see, I have my issues. Your issues door knocking. Your issues is cold calling or warm calling. Your issues I don't want to put signs out for an hour. I don't want to put out 30 signs. That seems excessive. Okay, so what is it you're gonna do? What are you going to do? Venus Williams was passionate about tennis. I guarantee you she was excessive. The gal who just won the gold medal in Paris, the gymnast, her, Simone Biles, just blanked out. Kids are a little slow on that one, I'll be honest with you. How many in Paris were there? But Simone Biles, I guarantee you, at 4 or 5 in the morning, when her alarm gets, she didn't want to do that. I'm not going to just sugarcoat this. To have your breakthrough right now, you got to struggle. You got to do things that you're going to face rejection. People are going to say things like, oh, I can't stand you real soon. Why'd you knock on my door? Why'd you call me? You're in an open house. We have your card. We'll call you. They're never going to call you. But guess what? It's a rite of passage. And you'll develop self-respect. And you will learn how to make it. JJ is very successful in the lending world. JJ, when you started, was it super easy and it was just like no big deal and you were ultra, and if it was, lie. Okay, but just kidding, it's a little humor. But was it, well, honestly, brand new to loans, how old were you? What was it? Just straight up. And if it was easy, tell them. Was it easy? How much? $3,000. I just asked Rob how much it was to put those glass windows on the back on pivots, to pivot the windows so we could keep going. $40,000. Just to put the thing go. I go, Matt, we're okay.
Yeah.
If people are late, you guys sit there and hear, you just can't hear any good. It's a really good protected room. $40,000. But anyways, $3,000 in a year. And you thought it was just you. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Okay, you want to succeed at solar? Work your fanny off. You want to be successful at crypto? Work your fanny off. Go to every crypto class. This success leaves clues. You got to be, Babe Ruth was passionate and he had vision. And he goes, this one's going over left field. This one's going over right. You take the bat, he point to center field. You know what he do then? He'd strike out. He struck out more than anyone in the league, but nobody remembers his failures. They remember that year he also put it over left field, right field, and center field more than anybody else. He set the all-time record in the MBL or whatever it's called, MLB. I'm not a baseball person. I hate baseball. It's boring as hell. Sorry, but I know, I just alienated half my audience. Sorry, but I can't watch baseball. Give me a nice pick. All right. So, anyways, he's taking a pitch, walking around, chewing his cud. Anyway, so boring. All right, now. I'm not opinionated at all. But here's the deal. Are you willing to strike out? Not only did he strike out, nobody struck out as much as Babe Ruth. And nobody remembers. And what do? You're afraid to risk your ego. Your ego's keeping you in a life of quiet desperation. Your ego is not your amigo. You don't like being told no. You don't like having nobody show up to your open house. You don't like door knocking on 50 homes every day and doing 250 homes a week, 500 every 2 weeks, 1,000 a month. The reason you succeeded is you're not trying. I got to get off my first point. I got 8. Now, vision. It all came out of vision. You got to have a vision because a vision will pull you into your future. It'll pull you past the struggle. And so it's okay that you're not great now. Nobody was great at the guitar until years later. Nobody was great at climbing. Sir Edmund Hillary got to the first one to climb Mount Everest. He'd been climbing for years before he did that, right? John Maxwell is a phenomenal speaker today. He's given 40,000 talks. He wasn't phenomenal when he started. People say I'm a decent speaker. I get C- at Chico State in communication. Again, C-, that was stretching it. All right. At Keller Williams, I failed. They said I'd be a horrible presenter, and I failed. That I don't like reading from the script. I wrote the word vision and launched. They want me to read the script. That's not me. Now, but write this down. Be authentic. How do you feel I'm being authentic today? Yes or no? How do you feel I'm demonstrating passion today? Yes or no?
Yeah.
How do you feel I brought energy, even though I'm sicker than a dog with the massive cold? But I'm pulling some nectar out of the bean, out of the coffee. I'm drugging. This is drugs. Coffee's drugs. I'm sorry. But anyways, but I'm trying to help you instead of just come here and be boring. So number 2, 8 points. Number 2, emulation. Who are you emulating? So do you have a vision? And then who are you copying? Who are you emulating? And my first big breakthrough was when I got in real estate back in 96. I emulated my parents. And if you don't know them, my mom, Jim and Carol, right here, my parents. Give me a hand, Jim and Carol. Most of you know them. So Pop, his birthday's in December. He'll be 89.
Oh my
Really
God.
awesome. So we love you guys. I love you guys. I'm so glad you come. And so, but I emulated them. I remember, I think I would just call them every day, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day. What about this? What about this? What about this? What's an HOA? What's a CCR? What's a prelim? What do you disclose? What don't you disclose? I slobbered on somebody. Sorry. Stuff starts flying. But here's the deal. What's a counteroffer? What's an addendum? What's a rate lock? What's a closing cost? What's an adjustable rate mortgage? What's a VA? What's a VA no-no? What's a jumbo loan? There's just so much, right? And I remember specifically my dad's patient. My mom's a high D driver. I remember this. I don't know if you remember this. I think 2 months in, you're like, I'm exhausted. I remember you saying this to me. You could just say that's not true. It's fine. And she's learned whatever you say. But she goes, I'm exhausted. How can anybody have this many questions about real estate? I mean, I don't remember anybody. But 6 years later, I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in California because I'm not afraid to ask questions. Right? Are you with me? I'm not afraid to ask questions. You can do real estate and you can go to work for a company called Wing It Real Estate. How's that? Would you want that to be your agent? I wanted to do the proper thing, and I would ask him, Fred Wilcox, he's a RE/MAX Gold agent to this day. I would just, Fred, what about this? What about this? What about this? And we have people here that can help you. Barry Mathis knows a ton. John Jennings knows a ton. Steve Hillier doesn't know much. No, I'm kidding. I've known Steve for 40 years. He brought his 200 agents to EXPs. He's a genius. If I don't make fun of you, I don't like you. Okay. If I make fun of you and tease you, I like you. I like it, but don't listen to me. All right. So, but who are you emulating? Success leaves clues. So I emulated my mom and dad. They were Coldwell Banker agents. I was a RE/MAX agent. And that got me to selling, I think I was selling 28 homes a year. And then I found something called John Brooks Realty. And they were doing these open houses. They put out 30 sites. Everyone else put out 6. They put out 30. Everyone else put out 6. And their sign said free list of area homes. Nobody had that. Nobody had the words free list of area homes. And so I just copied John Brooks Realty. I went from 28 to 48. I went from 200,000 a year to 400,000. $200,000 pay raise in 1 year. That's a good pay raise. Who are you emulating? Like if you want to be the biggest, baddest luxury agent, go find the biggest, baddest luxury agent and copy them. Don't settle for pretty good. Settle for phenomenal. The best athletes in the world, the best business, they have the best coaches. Are you coachable? Are you what are you reading? I'm reading this for the second time. It's a great book, The Radical Leap. What are you reading? What are you being inspired by? When people say, wow, you should write a book, you're freaking amazing. People write books and you don't know them. Anyone ask you to write a book lately? Right? And it's like these people are like, you're amazing. You need to write a book. The first book I ever read, besides the Bible, that was life-changing for me was Glenn Bland. Right? There's a lot of Glenn's, Glenn Sanford, that's Glenn Cozy, but Glenn Bland. He built Coaches Insurance, and in, I think it was 9 years, he built the largest private insurance company in the world in 9 years from scratch. And there was already billion-dollar insurance companies. And the guy was just one of those special human beings. Like, he used to write a book. Now, I don't know if you can get his book anymore. You'd have to find it at a used bookstore, but it was called Success, the Glenn Bland Method. And I remember chapter 3, 30 golden minutes. Chapter 3, 30 golden minutes. And it taught me to be a planner. It taught me the night before, the morning of, either the night before or the morning of, and I think he taught mornings, get yourself a cup of coffee, hot tea, whatever, and spend 30 minutes planning out your day. Like, and what, I have a list of 14 things that need to happen, but if I only achieve 2 or 3, what are the big ones? Like, well, this one, and this one. And so you circle those, and he's taught me how to prioritize my day and how to just, instead of letting the day happen to you, you act upon your day. And then you start, because, let's say you're going to call someone and you're nervous about calling them, or you can go to Starbucks and get a latte. What are you going to do? Go to Starbucks, and you got to get dry cleaning, and you got to stop by and pick up a cake because it's a birthday party for my daughter's birthday was last night. And you do all the easy, fun stuff, buy some steaks for the grill, pick this up, and then you never called your buyers or your sellers. So there's so much more in that book that was great, and the radical leaps and stuff. But who are you emulating? Who are you copying? Where are you growing? Number 4, or number 3 was get a mentor. I had a mentor when I started this business. I was 50-50 split. My mentor was my broker. There were no teams. There were just brokers and agents. He was broker and there was agents. And as a new agent, it was 50-50, but he was motivated to help me. He'd meet me at 6:30 a.m. at Brookfields at Eureka and 80. I used to write offers at Brookfields at Eureka and 80 30 years ago, or 26 years, 7 years ago. But he'd get up because he's getting half of what I was making. And, well, that's not very good. Are you kidding? I take him on listing presentations. If I would have gone, I would have got it. What's 100% of nothing? Anybody good at math? Nothing. I brought Kevin with me. We get the listing. Now I'm getting 50% of a $400,000 listing, 50% of an $800,000 listing, 50% of a $1.7 million listing. And by the way, whether you're on our team or not, you can bring somebody. You can bring John Jennings with you. I'm sure he'd split the listing with you 50-50. You can bring Barry Mathis with you. Maybe it's an investor. He'd split it with you. You can bring Steve with you. You don't have to be on your team. Because Steve, I got a listing. I feel I'm going to get smoked. I know they said Nick Sadek's coming in, and they got Kevin McDonald coming in, and I got the appointment. I don't think I could compete with Nick Sadek and Kevin McDonald. You know what I have to say to you? You are absolutely right. They're going to smoke you. Those guys have been doing this for 25 years. You don't even have a prayer. Okay, you can pray. And of course you do. If God wants you to have it, you can have it. But most time, God wants you to struggle and become the man or the woman you were meant to be. And so smart is bringing in Valerie and Jennings. Take Valerie here. She used to work with John, and they still do. But they would both list and sell about 60 homes a year each. You know what percentage of people in the real estate market do 60 listings a year? About 1/10%. You're like, well, John's cool. I like him, but I look at Valerie. She's so cute, sweet, and warm. John's like an assassin, right? And so she is. My wife's sweet. I'm like a killer, man. Anyways. But maybe you think, well, my clients will really relate to, I'm going to bring Valerie and partner with her. You don't have to work for the Made for More team. I've merged my team with Made for More. I'm a proud Made for More server, but I support everybody. But here's the deal. They will help you. So who's mentoring you? And then are they getting 50%? It was good that he was getting 50% because at 7:00 on a Saturday night listing, he was willing to go with me. Some of you have mentors getting 10, 20%. You're like, it's not really working because your mentor's not getting paid. And if he or she is willing to work for 10 or 20%, they don't respect themselves. And if you're good, you're just not going to do that. I would never take on anybody new unless they're on a 50-50 split because it takes time to teach them. Oh, I don't know why I did that there because the mic. I fixed it. It takes time to do all those things. Number 4, the big mistake. Number 4 is what I call the big mistake. It's thinking you're working when you're not. What does that mean? Tony Robbins says, if you're in your head, you're dead. Like thinking about cold calling, thinking about working your sphere, thinking about doing open houses Saturday and Sunday. By the way, the open houses I would do from 9 to 9, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday I'd start at 10 to go to church at like the 8 o'clock service, get up at 9:30 and start at 10. But I would go till, I mean, I was a weekend warrior, not in the party sense, but in the sense of going, people have jobs and then they're running around with Starbucks on the pizza on the weekend. And I would put myself in the path of progress. I put myself in front of them. But here's the deal, I only did it for 90 days. Remember I said you're 90 days from transforming your life? I had no clients. Or 2 or 3, like most agents, you have 2, 3, 4, 5 clients. It's like we're running out the test trip, and hopefully one sale leaks out the bottom every other month. And you make enough to starve and feel like a loser and feel unsuccessful, disempowered, and like write this down. If you build real estate hard, it's easy. If you build it easy, it's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. Like until you decide, I will gladly pay the price. I will wipe the sweat off my brow and the blood off my mouth, and let's go. And you get knocked out again, you get back up. You get knocked out again, you get back up. And you do it, you do it, you do it. I've had so many open houses where nobody came, and it is freaking depressing. Am I the only one? It's good for your prayer life. You walk around and go, Jesus, spare me. Why, Lord? Why'd you bring me to Roseville? Oh, nobody's here. Antelope, you took that listing out in Lincoln and you didn't realize it was 8 miles out of town past the airport. And the only thing you've seen is Farmer Bob. And no one's come to your listing. You're like, this sucks. Well, you got to learn, you don't take those listings. You say, I work around Lake Folsom, Newcastle, Granite Bay, little bits of Orangeville, Folsom, El Dorado Hills, because the prices are massive. This is where I work. These are my people. And then when you sell 18 homes at $1 million each, that's 18 million. Or you can do 18 homes at 400,000 or 500,000 each, and that's still not bad, right? It's 8 or 9 million. God, you guys are so lucky. Anyways, I remember when I started, it was like, yeah, $58,000 sale. And 68, and I did the medium. I get up to 70s. Then I hit the luxury market, 88 and 94,000 a house. I was doing it. It took me 2 years to sell a home over $100,000, and then I did it. I was in Loomis, right? Oh, another home by the lake. Loomis super cheap, right? No. 5 acres, 3,200 square feet, 2-stall horse little thing for your 16-year-old daughter to have her horse, green pasture, white split rail fences, sprinklers in the pasture. Can you see it? Pool in the backyard. Is this an awesome? My first luxury sale. Nailed it. $118,000. 5 acres, 3,200 square foot with the pool, all that, 118. The homes you're selling now are going to cost $2-3 million in the future. I remember getting gas. I remember getting gas in Chula Vista for, what was it, 49 cents a gallon. I remember, stuff, it's called inflation. It's called inflation. You think rent's bad at $2,500 a month now? It'll be $7,500 a month. The home will be paid off. You'll have an asset that's got wonderful tax benefits, and here comes $7,500 a month of income. It may sound like a lot of money. It's like $2,500 a month now. It's just, you know what I mean? It's price of groceries, everything goes up. So here's the deal, the big mistake, thinking you're working when you're not. Going through the motions. Like, Brent, I did that open house from 9 to 9. You said to do it, I did it. It's not working for me. Okay, I get it. So here's the deal. Numbers have meaning. I will demonstrate. I was on the cruise ship and I kept realizing we would go 8, 9, 10, and boom, we'd be at 14, like so fast, so weird. Kept me to 14, and I realized there's no 13th floor. The cruise ship didn't have it was 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. And I'd see 12 and bam, doors would open, we're at 14. Like, it's like they skipped before. Then I looked, there is no 13th floor on a cruise ship. Do you guys know that? Yeah. A lot of buildings don't have what? Why? Because it's an unlucky number, right? And so numbers have meaning. And I love, like, on that cruise ship, that was really funny. You turn the corner, there it is, cabin number 666. You call Woodland. The prefix is 666. I used to make fun of them on KFPK on my show. Like, I flat out wouldn't live in Woodland. Like, that's like, really? Yeah. If I get the cabin on the cruise ship that was 666, I'd like give me a new cabin. I'm that way. But numbers, right? Numbers have meaning. Well, how about this? How about the number 7? Lucky number 7. 7's like heaven. Another good number, 10, right? 10. I remember when 2010 hit. I was so excited. It's the perfect number. It's going to be the perfect year. And Kathy and I had marriage problems, so I was out of my home for 10 months. That sucked, right? But here's the deal. People feel good about the number 7. They feel good about the number 10. They don't feel good about the number, oh, my favorite number 666. That's my favorite number. But you don't normally hear that. I love 13. You don't hear that either. Let me give you the worst number in the world. You want the worst? It's none of those. And some of you know my analogy, so don't blurt it out. I want them to guess. The worst number in the world is not 13. It's not 666. It's number 211. 211, hands down, will keep you living a life of quiet desperation. 211 will keep you from your goals and dreams in life. 211 is the worst number ever known to mankind. So I know, raise your hand if you know where I'm going with this. Just raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. My mom. Good job, Mom. You're 1 of 3. The rest are smart. So anyway, just kidding. So I don't know. Why is 211 such a diabolical, horrible number that'll keep my kids in public schools where they're teaching them things that I don't believe in? And I'm not able to put them in private academies. And we put our kids in private academies that taught them to start businesses and made them run P&Ls. And they actually had to start businesses and sell things and learn what it's like to have partners. So like, ooh, I don't feel the same way. We approach things differently. And it was interesting. That's what they learned in high school. They learned real life stuff. And that was important to us. So the number 211 is this. Are you ready? The world changed forever when they created an engine. What kind of engine was it? Anybody know? Steam engine. They're able to, instead of pick and shovel through a mountain, they were to create that steam engine. They were able to just take the power of steam and just go right through the end, right through the mountain. They were able to dig 10 stories deep to put up a 60-story building. Like steam powered engines, trains started, distribution, the boats up and down the Mississippi. I mean, there's just transportation. Steam changed the world. And you know what degree it takes to turn water into steam? 212. 212 is the temperature in which water converts to steam and can take down a mountain. And most people go through life at 211, 210, 208. But 211, man, you're right there. You are knocking on the door. And then you give up. Door knocking doesn't work. Sphere marketing doesn't work. Open houses, tried one, did it. I did. My first open house was a terrible experience. I didn't do it again for 2 years. I went to McCooney's, well, a sushi place. It wasn't McCooney's, and got sick when I was like 25 and didn't go back for almost 15 years. So I had a bad experience. Right? So 211, what's that mean? It means you're going through the motions. You're doing the open houses. You're showing property. You just want to make it known, okay. You're doing open houses. Hey, here's my card. Call me. You're going through the motions. Write this down. A test just came out. The most successful people in the world, they actually just surveyed. They studied them. There's really one trait they all had. They had many traits, but there's one they all had in common. They had energy. Albert Einstein had an energy. Henry Ford had an energy. Walt Disney had an energy. They all had an energy, not to sound new agey, but who are you attracted to? People who are like, hi, welcome to the Hobby Yacht Club. We're glad you're here. Come on in. Hi, welcome to Sunday morning brunch here at the Hyatt. I'll be right with you. I'll get you a seat. Do you feel special? How do you greet people at your open houses? Do you get fanatical? You say, hey, this list of homes is all the vacant homes in Granite Bay, in Loomis, in El Dorado Hills, and Newcastle. I only do the vacant ones. The reason they're vacant is they burn their ships. They already moved to another home. They're making double mortgage payments. This list is the desperate home seller list. Do you want to buy from someone who's not motivated, live in their home? If I don't get my price, I'll just cancel, maybe try again in 2 years. But if the home is empty and they live in Arizona, Nashville, Austin, and they're making double mortgage payments, do you think they're motivated? I would talk to people at this open houses. I go, what do you think? They go, heck yeah. I go, I'm the only agent I know that publishes this list. I use the word publish and I put it out every Friday. And I said, because somebody like, well, how do I get the information? They say to you, well, I have Zillow. We see everything. I have Redfin. We see everything. My agent, Lexi, she has me on a drip. The second they did MLS, I'm notified. I go, you're shopping leftovers. You mentioned you've been looking for 4 months and you haven't found your home. So you're shopping leftovers. You've been looking all year. You haven't found a home. You're shopping. How's that working out for you? and stop talking. Well, I guess not good. I never thought of it that way. I go, what if you could get this list every Friday? And who's got a business card on? Who's got a business card? I need a business card. All right, here, this man with the nice EXP logoed shirt. I go, here's my business card. This is your passport to the properties. Take that with you. You have my permission. If anybody asks you, say, my agent, give me permission to be here and said I could go onto the property. I want you to go in the backyard. I want you to walk right up to the windows like this. You're gonna walk up and you're gonna lean forward. You're gonna look in, check out the family room. When you get that list from Redfin and Zillow and your agent, do you do that? Do you walk into people's backyards? Do you walk right up to the front porch and do this to the window? Is that what you do? No, I don't do that. Why? Because you don't know if they're vacant or occupied. And so you want this list? This is the desperate seller list. I'm talking about, I want to help you save $50,000 to $100,000. I want to help you. I guarantee you, nobody will work harder than me. I will move every rock. I will turn over every leaf. I will outwork anyone you've ever worked with. I will deliver to you in the next 2-3 weeks your dream home. Give me a shot. Did I demonstrate passion? Yes or no? Was that being authentic? Yes or no? Now I'm really good at that because I did it a bunch and I wasn't good at that. By the way, that script I learned from Steve Hillier. He beat me on a listing. I just freaking copied him. Success lives clues. I'm like, why'd you list with Steve? I go, he had more energy than you did. You were our second choice. We interviewed 5 people. You were good. We were going to list with you. Then we met Steve. And he said, I want this listing so bad I could taste it. Well, that's not me. I wouldn't say that. Okay, well, what are you saying? I say this. How's that working? It's not working. I'm dying. I go, you might have, I know, you might try a new technique. Like the second I heard it, the next 10 listings, I want this listing so bad I could take it. Taste it. You say jump, I say how high. I'll turn over every rock. I'll move every leaf. There's nobody in Folsom that'll outwork me. Not one person. I can guarantee you that. I know I'm 21 years old. Like JJ Mack back there, I'm 21, but my youth is energy. Like those old agents like Brent Gove, dude's 58. He's exhausted. Gets a cold. My youth is energy. I will outwork anybody. Give me a chance. Okay. And guess what? 3 months later, I had 70 plus approved buyers. I started selling homes 1, 2, 3 a week, sometimes 4 a weekend. Because I'm not playing with no test tube, have 2 or 3 clients. I'm just trying. You refuse to risk your ego. Your ego's not your amigo. I don't want to look bad. Look bad. It's the key to looking good. Nobody looks good till they look bad. You karaoke and all of a sudden you start singing better. You get a voice coach, work on the guitar. All of a sudden you're on American Idol. And all of a sudden you are Luke Perry or what's that guy's name? Luke Brantley. Is that his name? Who?
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan. Look at the B part, right? Luke Perry's who?
90210.
90210. You're a 90210 actor. But here's the deal. I guarantee you that high school plays they did, the Broadway shows they did, they got better and better and better. So, well, I'm not 21 years old. I'm 77. Well, hey, my age gives me wisdom. Them young whippersnappers, 21, they don't know a thing. They work hard. And so don't run from your age. Whatever age you are, it's great. Tell them why they should work with you, but have passion. People, write this down. Passion is infectious. It's infectious. Like, man, I like the guy. They went with Steve because he demonstrated passion and authenticity, and they went with him over me, and I wasn't used to losing. I copied him on my next 10 listings. I mowed down 10 listings in a row. Got every single one of them. Because I'm willing to learn from somebody else. Are you willing to learn from somebody else? Like, you may not be attracted to my style. Good. Who is your style? Find someone who's super successful, being analytical. I'm not, right? Find someone who's super successful with investors. I don't work with investors. Barry works with investors. And emulate that. Does that make sense to everyone? All right, so let's see. Oh, 1 minute left. All right. I have 5 topics in 1 minute. You guys ready? Yeah. Number 5, success is a math formula. Get mentoring, get coaching, and then do your daily numbers. Get mentoring, get coaching, do your daily numbers. If you don't have mentoring and coaching, that's numbers and coaching, noaching. Noaching's good. I write a new book. Noaching. Numbers and coaching. I like it. Noaching. So on the cruise ship, I was getting washy. Anyways, So hit your daily numbers. Some of you don't know what your daily numbers are. You're a wandering generality, man. You got a big problem if you can't tell me exactly how many sellers you're going to contact today, or if you want buyers, or both, what blend. And you got to hit your numbers, man. You have to do it. I don't feel like I didn't want to come here this morning. I was like so like massive head cold. Gotta go. And I sucked it up and I came down. I actually feel even better now. Whenever your adrenaline gets going, I want to climb out Everest right now. I want to chew down this right down the table like a beaver. I got energy, man. When you suck it up and do what you need to do, it energizes you. You may go home tired, but you're like, I did not let my family down today.
Right.
I didn't let myself, you get what's called self-respect. So hit your daily numbers. Number 6, you must live by your calendar, not your emotion. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do the open house. It's raining. It's 116 degrees today in Sacramento. I'm going to go houseboating instead. You will live a life of quiet desperation. Get comfortable being what? Uncomfortable. Your future lies in the realm of being uncomfortable. Pretty soon you spend enough time out in that realm where it's uncomfortable, it becomes comfortable. It's super easy for me to talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime about anything. I've done it so much. I'm very comfortable talking to strangers. Teach your kids. Talk to strangers. No, I'm kidding. All right, now, number 7. Thank you. Getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Good, we can skip that whole thing. Number 8, go to the next UPW. Go to the next UPW. Write down those letters. UPW. What's that? It's Tony Robbins event. He has 20,000 people to show up and hang out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Goes to 3 days. Everybody wants a home with a white picket fence, cars that run, nice barbecues on the weekend, run up to the tile, to the cabin, just that, whatever it is you want. Everybody wants that, whatever it is, right? That's called your exterior. That's all examples of what's going on in here on your interior. So you could go through the motions, but you're like, it's just not happening because you're not sold on you. Self-loathing never served the world. So UPW stands for Unleash the Power Within. And I didn't go for 25 years because I thought Tony Robbins was a big, tall guy, big white teeth, kind of imposing, kind of freaked me out, kind of new agey, talking about energy. But someone I really respect in the Christian world, Dr. Lance Wellner, goes, I'm going to go check out Tony Robbins. He's doing something right. I don't have to eat it all, right? You go to college, you just believe everything. You learn from every professor. You ever had a class in college like this guy? This guy was totally crazy, right? Did you stop going to college? Well, no, I just was crazy. I dropped out of the class. I got reassigned. It wasn't a fit. Same thing. I agree with like 96, 97% of what Tony teaches. So some things I'm uncomfortable with. That's not for me. Like Buddhist meditation or something. It's not me. I'm Christian. I don't do Buddhist meditation. But here's the deal. This life-changing sales skills and personal development. And then you can go to the point where I started making 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month, 150,000 a month, 200, $250,000 before I even got to EXP. And then got to EXP because of the leverage and everything else, it went a lot more. So that is November 14th through the 17th. Write that down. You should be in New York. It's in New York. Well, that's far away. I've never been to New York. It's a big, scary city. Go. Your future lies in New York. I don't care what couch you have to sell, what baseball collection you need to part with. You got to work on your interior if you want to have a different exterior. Everybody wants things to change in your life. Work. Oops, what's that? Oh, the box there. I was expecting to hit that. Work on your almost knocked myself out when you hit yourself right here now. That's like anyways, but work on your interior, right? Get your personal development skills. And then you're going to get the exterior. Does that make sense? So that is November 14th through 17th in New York. Now, if you can't make that, March 19th through the 21st is 10X in Las Vegas. It's the last one they're ever going to do. It's called Growth Con. It's Grant and Elena Cardone, but they have speakers there. Kevin Hart. They have I mean, I'm drawing a blank on all the speakers right now, but Tim Tebow. They have Oprah Winfrey. They'll have I think they had John Travolta. And he always sounds so smooth and funny because he did the tape 10 times. In person, He's sitting in front of 10,000 people and he was so nervous. He was sweating. He was completely like freaking out. He didn't do it. No, do it again, John. Do it again. Oh, it's perfect. And no wonder Sean Connery sounds perfect, because if it wasn't perfect, he did it again and again until it was perfect. And we just look at Tom Cruise, Sean Connery, John Travolta, Kevin Hart. They are normal people. John Travolta freaked out on that stage. A person I found it very encouraging, right? To see somebody like they're just normal people. And to see Usher was there. And I never knew Usher's story. He's, Usher, the singer, but I didn't know he lived in his car in LA for years. He almost went back to Georgia, to Atlanta, with his tail tucked between his legs. And he hung in there just a little and finally got a little breakthrough. A little one. Now he's Usher. It's like one of the coolest pop singers ever. I personally really like his music and like Usher. I think he's smooth as heck. But guess what? He had to go through this stuff. And you don't get to skip that part, nor do you want to skip that part, because Paris Hilton skipped that part. And she's a trust fund baby. And she made a mockery of her life, right? Trust fund babies typically don't turn out well. And they don't run the companies like mom and dad did, because they never had to suffer. Everything was handed to them on a silver spoon. You know what? Embrace the struggle. I will see you at Tina Call, right? Put that up. We got Tina Call there. I will see you at Tina Call on September 19th. Let me get the date. I'm flying from Puerto Rico to be here for Tina Call. I paid her thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to come. It's no cost to all of you. Coming from Raleigh, North Carolina. I had to bribe her and take her to Napa with her husband and get them there and do it all. They'd never been to Napa. And I have them coming for you. Every month we do a different speaker. Last month, who was it? Anybody know? Bill Price. He wasn't very good, was he? No energy, no content. I mean, he's, in my opinion, he's the best sales trainer on real estate sales in North America. He was here last month, but some of you weren't in the room. And that is why you fail. Every month, there's one event for 2 hours. I just didn't miss that stuff. And when they said, you need to go to Toronto and hear Craig Proctor, the #1 RE/MAX and the agent in the world, I went. I'm telling you, you need to hear the #1 personal growth guy in the world. He's in November. He's in New York in November on the 14th to 17th, and you're not going to go. You already rolled it out. I can't afford it. And guess what? Your life probably never going to be what you want it to be. And so there she is. She's amazing. This is all about becoming the CEO, leadership, passion. She's an amazing speaker. She could hold her own on any stage in America. But here's the deal. If you go to brentgove.com, I don't know, can they pull that up real quick? Jose, pull it up, brentgove.com. And then you go to, let's see how quick Jose is. No pressure, Jose. And then, boom. Okay, now hit upcoming events right there. And then hit, you got global, and then you got local. Hit local, learn more. So there was Bill Pipes last month. Here's Tina Call. Then we have Money Matters. This is all about getting your finances in order. I know none of you like to have your finances in order, no financial worries, right? And that just happens on accident. No, it takes thought. This guy paid off $400,000 worth of debt and lost 100 pounds personally. And he got his life together. He's an amazing friend of mine, great golfer, shoots under par. But he's going to be out here on the October 17th from 10 to noon. And then we just booked yesterday, Sean Kokoska. He's going to do our business planning clinic. You're all going to get a business planning workbook. How many sellers do I want? How am I going to achieve that? How many buyers do I want? What are my average price point going to be? What are my objectives for quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4? Am I going to hire an assistant? Maybe I'll say that for quarter 3. Do I have a TC? What kind of marketing will I do? And he's going to give you all that. He was the president of MAPS Coaching for Keller Williams. They're the most famous real estate coaching company in the world. Keller Williams. You don't think of, RE/MAX is a coaching company. Berkshire, you don't think of it. There's one company that mastered that at Keller Williams. And he was the president of that. I mean, he ran it. And he's going to be here for free. I had to bribe him with Napa again. He's bringing his wife, Rosie. I have to constantly go hang out in Napa. It's terrible. Anyway, so that's from 10 to noon on November 14th. And then we just created this a Christmas party for everyone. You're all invited. You may have not noticed. December 19th, Christmas party right here from 6 to 8 p.m. We're going to decorate the office. We have a live band. We're going to have music. We're going to have fun and festivities, food, beverage. It's going to be a great time, open to everybody. If you have a RE/MAX prospect or a realty one, have them come meet us. Everybody's invited. I don't care. And we might have hundreds of people migrating in and out over those 2 hours. It's going to be crazy. So that's there. But here's my point to you. Look at this, put this to your calendar first. Like, you don't show property then. You don't go on a listing appointment then. You're here. Because this is like missing these. It's like driving a Tesla or a gas-powered car and skipping the gas station or the supercharging station and just keep going. And eventually you're out of power and the Tesla just pulls over. You're done. And your gas car runs out of gas. You're done. And you're stranded on the side of the road at 2 o'clock in the morning going, what happened? You passed the fill up stations. This is how you get filled up. This is how your interior becomes what you want it to be so you can have the exterior. Thanks for having me. Good day today.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for coming again. One more round of applause for Brent. We can see you all here next Thursday. Have a great week, all.